I kind of notice my hair is a little bit weird today. I can't get my hair right. You know what else I noticed? This shirt that I'm wearing it makes me look like Dieter from Sprockets.
Now's the time on Sprockets when we dance.
I don't know what that was. People always ask me how I got into movies. I'm going to show you a clip at the end of this. Oh, I forgot to do a hook. So here's the hook. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you an exclusive clip from the movie Alter Egos that was never released. This is a world premiere exclusive coming your way.
But you've let me down before.
People ask me how I got into movies and stuff. I've been doing a few movies lately. It actually started with, it kind of came hand in hand with the stand-up. I got my first sitcom pilot back in 1999. It was a pilot in Canada. Just mainly done stand-up all along. So one year I was at the NRB, National Religious Broadcasters, and I was there pitching television shows unsuccessfully. No, they don't want comedy shows in Christian television for the most part. Not interested.
Follow me to the promised land.
But I ran into a guy by the name of Torrey Martin. And Torrey Martin, well, he's done a ton of stuff. He's been in all kinds of things. But he loves networking. Like, he just connects people like crazy. So he's so good at it. And so he and I were talking, and he's like, you got to talk to some producers. You're a good actor. He'd seen, I don't know, some clips of some stuff I'd done. Probably my sketch comedy pilot that I'd done, which is an independent show that actually I have some of those clips on my YouTube channel. Boom! I just cross promoted. Who's figuring out this game?
Something tells me you already know the answer to your question.
Dieter from Sprockets that's who is. But I'm flying home, and on my way home, in between, I get this text from Tori, and he's like, hey, you got to talk to these producers. They're doing a comedy movie. I told them you'd be perfect for it. You should send them your stuff.
So you're just following orders?
So I was like, I don't really have a reel, but I got this sketch. Here's some sketches that I did from my show. So I sent that to them, and then I didn't hear back. And I thought, yeah, of course, I didn't even follow the simplest of instructions. So why would they bother to get back to me?
Come on, Leland, come on.
And then all of a sudden, I hear back. And so I heard back from the to the producers, Scotty Curley and Justin Tully, and another producer and writer and director, Sean Morgan. The movie was called Alter Egos, and they were like, "Listen, we're thinking of you for this character, Pastor Pendergrass." Okay, he told me who was in the movie. It was here's the thing: at this point in time, because it was like a month later, I think somebody had just gotten bumped or something. They didn't get who they wanted. I think they were just like, oh no, we don't have anybody. Quick, get somebody here we can get in a day or two.
You clearly have some major self-esteem issues.
But they hired me just like that. Boom, boom. Dieter's on his way. So the first time I actually read the script was on the plane ride to Virginia.
You can read.
Because we're going to shoot it at Liberty University. Liberty University has this amazing film program, just amazing. But anyway, I'm on the plane flying there, and I'm reading the script, and here's the thing about acting. Now, I've done some comedy stuff, a lot of comedic stuff. Not a lot of drama at this point in time. A little bit, but not much. And here's what I realized though about acting, having taken a little bit. I just don't have the. Some of these actors have like 4,000 workshops they've done.
That's an exaggeration.
But here's what I realized about acting. It's about decision making. You got to make the right decisions, essentially. So as I'm reading this script, I'm kind of getting a feel for what this story is. I see the breakdown, what this character's like. And so at this point in time, I make a decision. Now, here's the thing I did make about the decision I did make was he seems like he's a little over the top.
Alrighty then.
I think I need to be over the top here with this. I think that's kind of what they're looking for. So I made a decision and I started working on it. Then I met with the director, and when I got there, I had about a day before I was to start shooting, and I just went to the set, ate lunch with them, and sat down with the director and kind of pick his brain a little bit. And I told him, I was like, listen, the more I do this character, the more he sounds a little bit to me like Ron Burgundy.
Great story. Compelling and rich.
Like a little bit of, hey, hello there. You know, and Ron Burgundy came from like Robert Goulet. I'm kind of a big deal. People know me. I'm known. That's kind of, I don't know why I decided to do that. I'm doing a whole bunch of old Saturday Night Live for you today. He was like, yeah, I actually got him from, I was going to look this up before I did this. I should have done some research. The boss, Elaine's boss in Seinfeld.
Oh, what a stirring little anthem of wellness.
Whatever his name is. I should have done that. I should have taken the 2 minutes and done that research, but I didn't. Leave a comment below on what his name is and if you enjoyed his character. But yeah, so I was basically, he said that's who I had in mind when I wrote this. So yeah, you're kind of on the right track. And I was like, cool. To me, you made the right decision. So that night I'm working on it a little bit more and I'm like, yeah, this feels good. Here we go. I'm only in one scene now. But there was a couple scenes. There were. And I will show you a clip from one of those scenes. So this is pretty exciting. Exclusive clip. Never before seen. It's awesome. I got there on set and they were running behind. Thankfully, they were running behind. Oh, that's the gift from the Lord. Because they were running behind, I wasn't going to get to shoot that day. But I was already on set, so I was talking with Robert. Robert Amaya. He played the lead there. Super. He was the Snake King in Courageous, I think was the movie.
Vamos a almorzar.
And a bunch of other movies since. Talented guy, super talented. So we're working the scene together because he's got some time in between takes of this other stuff. He's like, "You want to work it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." We're losing light. This is scary. That's how low budget I am. I think it looks better with the darker tint, isn't it? So anyways, we're working this scene, and as I'm doing it, I'm like, this sounds like I'm just doing Ron Burgundy.
I'm a man who discovered the wheel and built the Eiffel Tower out of metal and brawn. That's what kind of man I am.
This is my version of Ron Burgundy. I said this out loud, and Robert, I'm so grateful and thankful that he did this. He just kind of looked at me and he was like, yeah, it does. And at first that crushed me. I was like,
why are you being such a jerk?
What? Oh. But then I realized, okay, this is a good catch because we don't want me to be doing an impression of somebody, right? And if it just keeps getting more and more like that, then so I said, okay, let me take this away and just work on this. Let me rework it. I'm going to rework it. So basically the most important thing in acting, as I said earlier, was decision making. I had made the wrong decision. So I went back and I had some other kind of characters. Not that I'm a character actor, but that just kind of seemed to fit in the over the top comedic role that this was. So I had another character that I kind of did who was always laughing about everything and then would get deadly serious like in an instant. Like, ooh, that is a lot of laughter. But seriously. And that's just how the character, that's what he did, right? So I was like, I think maybe that fits here. Let me rework it as Pastor Pendergrass as this guy.
You don't know who you are.
And I went back to Robert and I said, let's try it. And we went over it and he was like, oh, I love this. I love it. And he got excited. He went and got Sean Morgan, the writer director, and he's like, hey, check it out. And we did it for him. And the director was like, Sean was like, yeah, that'll work. He didn't love it like Robert loved it, but he liked it. And that was good enough for me. Next day when we were shooting the scene, this is how cool they were about it. They were like, hey, we just want to get the basics of this, and then we'll just let you kind of have fun. So I gave them some basics, and then they just let me loose. Like they were like, just do whatever. And I basically, it's different than stand-up because I don't have a live audience in front of me. But I basically was trying to make Robert Amaya and Erin Bethea, who was the other actress in the two leads, I was just trying to crack them up. That was my goal.
If that's the Lord. That's the Lord. It's not Pastor Eye Candy. Okay? It's the Lord. It really is. What? How about you?
And I'm so glad I got a chance to rework it. Otherwise, it never would have happened. And even all that, I still got my 3 scenes cut down to 1 scene. But that role basically impressed the guys enough, Scotty Curley and Justin Tully, that they brought me back like a year or maybe it was 2 years later to do Extraordinary, a true story of ultramarathon runner David Horton. And then it was that movie that led to me doing Sleeper Agent. So it all stemmed from my second chance there to make that right. And so here's the clip that you won't see anywhere else.
John? Pendergrass. John! Hey, I heard the pastor was a clown across the street. You're taking this a little far. I'm kidding. Hey, you should start holding your church services here in the hospital with all the other sick people. Because your church is sick.
My church is fine, thank you very much.
Are you kidding here? Come on, you're not leading a church anymore. You're running an old folks' home.
Those are my people, my flock.
No, they were your father's flock. And some of them need to be put out to pasture.